Welcome back. All right, guys. Obviously, a great day at McKale. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this game for a long time, and for us, we understand the magnitude of when these two programs play, what it means. And that's just a testament to the history and the legacy of both places. But for us, it's one of 18 games, in a conference schedule, and it counts as much as any of the other ones. So we put ourselves in good position, and we wanted to take care of business today at home against Kansas. And I thought our guys, obviously, came out and we made a great run. Then they were able to make a little run back at us, and then we were able to make another run and then kind of finish it off. So it's a great day overall, and let's get this done so we can get outside and enjoy some weather.
Tommy, through the years, you've talked about having that cushion in the second half. Just having that cushion, you can survive. Today, you survived it and a lot by defense. They were able to move some baskets and get offense.
Yeah, when you get a lead, what it allows you to do is absorb a run. I mean, you're always going to have respect for your opponents. Kansas is a great program. Coach Shelf is a great coach. They're not going to roll over. So you got to keep on it. And I really challenged our guys today, and I thought, my focus was like, how good can we be defensively? We know we have good defensive numbers. We've had great defensive games. Last game at Baylor wasn't our best defensive game, so we really got to kind of tighten things up on the defensive end, and I thought our guys did a great job of that. And, they probably missed some shots that are makeable, but when you get them out of their rhythm a little bit, sometimes those bounces just go your way.
Ivan, how much does he kind of set the tone up front for the defense? I
mean, Yvonne's he's a consummate professional. I mean, the guy, he plays extremely hard. He takes scouting reports really serious. He takes, guarding a guy and his individual tendencies extremely serious. And he's just a winner. He's a winner, and he's really grown into that role.
Any sort of minutes restriction today?
I mean, nothing in particular. I mean, obviously we want to judge and kind of see how he feels, day by day, So we'll just, take a look and see how he feels tomorrow. I mean, it obviously looked like he had some fresh legs today. I noticed him out there breathing a little harder a couple times, but he looked pretty good to me.
Dwayne looking,
Dwayne's good. Dwayne's good. I just, kind of settled into a rhythm with those guys, and, I just didn't find an opportunity to put him into the game. Maybe another good day of practice, and we'll get him back at it.
You challenged Mo the other day to step up. Seemed to do that today, especially defensively. Just his presence at the rim and what that does for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, Mo's a really good player, and I want him just to understand, his impact on the game is really unique, and with his rim protection and his rebounding at both ends of the floor and his ability to post up, and what he's kind of added recently is being able to handle double teams. So when you're that multifaceted, you have high expectations and high standards for a player like that. And I just want to make sure Mo, remembers that on a day-to-day basis.
You guys had 18 points of your first 24 inside the paint. The rest were free throws. Can you just speak about the intentionality of being aggressive?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm telling our guys to shoot more threes. I am, but it's what they're comfortable doing, and it probably could have taken a few more threes out there. I thought, we had a couple threes rim out, towards the end of that first half that I thought were good shots, and I thought we turned down a couple that were good looks. And sometimes when you turn down that good look, you just don't realize, what if one or two dribbles later or one or two passes later you turn the ball over. So it's just that opportunity cost of that possession. When you shoot the three, and if you're a good offensive rebounding team, there's a lot of value in that. So just reminding our guys of that, those are good shots, and I'm comfortable with them taking them.
When Kansas brought the lead of the game back to single digits, what did you see from your team to then pull away again to go up by 18?
I don't know if I saw one thing in particular. They cut it to 4, and I just told our guys, we're going to win the game. Take a breath, stay steady. Let's see if we can put together a little bit of a run here. And, how do you put together a run? Play by play. Play by play by play by play. That's just possession by possession by possession by possession. That's how you put together a run. And so, get a stop and score. Get a stop and score. It's not much more complicated than that. So I thought our guys, did a good job of, I think we made a shot or two. I think Yvonne hit a 3 that kind of hung up on the rim and bounced around, hit the backboard and went in, and then we're able to get a defensive play or two to get out in transition and kind of build that lead back, to where we could kind of just just kind of control it down the stretch of the game.
Braden wasn't feeling well last week, but on Tuesday in Waco, and then tonight, just really productive on both ends of the floor. And what do you make of his play?
I mean, Braden's obviously a really good player, and you guys see how comfortable and how confident he is out there. I mean, to have that stat line, in a game of this magnitude, and honestly have it kind of relatively easy. I mean, it tells you his impact on the game is significant, and he's a really good player playing with really good confidence.
What is the mark of a guard being able to get open for those defensive rebounds?
I mean, just having a nose for the ball, and obviously Braden's got good physical tools, with length and athleticism, and just the shot goes up sometimes of a guard. It's just like, I don't know how many of you guys. I don't see a lot of baseball players out here, but it's like reading a pop fly. You judge it off the bat, and you have people that are really good at it, and you have people that can't do it at all, and so sometimes just by the flight of the ball, as it's leaving a shooter's hands, you can kind of figure out where the ball is going to bounce, and if guards have that instinct, man, you can really beat a lot of people to a lot of balls.
How nice is it to have seemingly everybody back home and they're still in March starts tomorrow?
It's good. It's good. I mean, obviously, you don't take it for granted. And I keep reminding you guys, you never know what your team's going to look like next week. I mean, that's just part of how it goes. And if you have a team that, is committed to solving problems and committed to staying together, you can weather a lot of tough storms. And we did that. So it's good to kind of get all the pieces back together. Now we kind of see if we can kind of reform into, something even better down the stretch of the season.
You're talking about how people anticipated this game. I think it sounded like you were kind of challenging fans to see if they could make it like it was at Allen. Did you feel like it was?
Listen, our crowd was great today, and our crowd generally is very, very good. So let's not act like it's not. But if you want to be in that top tier, I mean, we're talking top 5, and we know we want to be there as a program. Well, I think it takes just a little more intention from the fans. Like you just understand the impact you have on the game and how much more fun you have. Aren't you having more fun if you're screaming and yelling than if you're just sitting there nervous? So that my deal is the greatest thing about Arizona basketball is it brings Southern Arizona and the state of Arizona together. That's the greatest thing. And when we play, I know it's an event down here and it's cool driving down, seeing the Bear Down Bash going on, all these things. But everyone in Tucson, and listen, everyone that's an alumni of here should get together with other people. Use it as an opportunity to congregate, to hang out with friends, hang out with family. When we play, I mean, that our game should be a rallying point for people to get together and enjoy each other's company and get behind something and root like heck for it to win and have a ton of fun doing it. And so, yeah, I mean, you felt the community rise up today, and I think that's really special. And my deal is like, why don't we do that every time? Why don't we make it a celebration every time? Why does it just depend on who we're playing? I mean, I get it a little bit, but let's continue to think of our program being in the center of the community and the community rallying around our program and our program is a galvanizing force for the community to be united. And that's why I love being the head coach here.
Thoughts on the quick turnaround and then Iowa State?
Yeah, I mean, hey, we already started on the scout. We started on the scout, and Iowa State just got done. Looks like they had a tough one at home against Texas Tech, and I'm sure they're going to come in here hungry on Monday. We haven't played them this year. They're a unique team to play against at both ends of the floor. So yeah, we're gonna have to dig deep and have a plan and see if we can come out and execute it. Monday night. And obviously, it's going to be another great atmosphere, and it's going to be senior night, so a lot of cool things all around.
They remind you of you guys a little bit in the sense that they can be strong inside, but also they're pretty good when they do shoot threes.
Iowa State? They don't shoot a ton. Yeah. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I would just say they're both really good teams. I mean, I think they're similar there, but I would say the approach is maybe different, but both are really effective.
Share of the Big 12 title today. Just your thoughts on that.
It's awesome. It's awesome, but the job's not done. The job's not done. I don't think you set a goal at the start of the year. Let's tie for the Big 12 championship. Let's see if we can win it. We got a couple games down the stretch here to give ourselves an opportunity to do that. And and you guys know me. Let's focus on Monday and see if we can get it done Monday. And then if we can't, we'll take a breath, see if we can get it done Saturday. But yeah, no, I mean, the Big 12's a monster. We all know that. And, You know, we know we have to earn our keep, and we know that we're going to be given nothing. And I don't say that in a bad way. We want to earn everything we get. So, I mean, if you can earn a conference championship, that's a good first step.
Last question here. I just wondered, that conversation, I mean, do you have that kind of conversation with the guys and your players, or does that go without saying, or how do you handle it?
I mean, I might tell our guys, we put ourselves in position to be in position to win a conference championship. Let's go take advantage of the position we're in. And how are you going to do that? What does your focus need to be? Your focus needs to be on your next game. Then you drill down smaller. Let's go possession by possession. I mean, just that approach. I know it's not sexy and it's not fun, but it's really cool. It's really cool to be present in the moment and locked in on doing something possession by possession, not being distracted by what happened in the past or what may happen in the future. Just being locked into the right now is a pretty cool place to be.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Questions for Koa, Braden, and Jaden?
Koa, how good did it feel to get back out there today?
It felt great, to be out there again with my brothers and, just competing at a high level and playing against a really good team in Kansas. It was really special to be out there and especially to come back playing in McKale.
What was it like going through the rehab, and how did you feel? Did you kind of walk through the last couple of weeks? What has it been like for you?
Just a lot of, conditioning stuff like pull workouts, not really putting a lot of pressure on my leg. And then when I was on the court, like form shooting, simple stuff like that, and ball handling. So just trying to get back for my guys. I told them, I was trying to get back for them so we keep going and keep getting better.
Yeah, did you feel like you could play maybe even at Baylor? You were working out before that game. It looked like you were pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to play, honestly. I'll go out there and play with a broken leg. But, I was just listening to our trainers, J-Rock and Rounds, and just working with them and trying to figure out when I was going to come back. And today was the day to come back.
Braden, you were compared to Jamal Murray on the TV broadcast. How does that comparison feel to you, and can you attest to that?
I mean, I'm not too familiar with his game, but I know he's a great point guard, a great scoring guard that can put his teammates in positions to be successful. So, I feel like he's a great player. That's a great person to be compared to.
Jaden, when they close to 4, they made their run, you guys made a return back. What were you thinking when they got it to 4?
Just make simple plays. I mean, they're a great team, so we knew they were going to go on a run at some point. Just keep our composure. We got great players. We're going to share the ball and make great plays. Mo hit some big shots. Braden hit some big shots, and we just trusted each other at the end of the stretch.
Your defense had a lot to do with that. Obviously, you hit a floater. I think it was a pretty nice floater. And then you had a big three. How is it when you kind of stop them and then you guys recharge?
We hang our hats on the defensive end. Got one of the top defenses in the country. Coach Murph and Coach Lloyd are always on us to get stops, and that makes it easier to play in transition. We got athletes, we got shooters, break out on the offensive end.
I've asked you about your rebounding before, but it just seems like to be able to get 12 rebounds as a guard and whatnot, Koa's shaking his head. Back at the beginning of the season, you kind of mentioned, I think, like a lot of people, Tobe banging you around was like a welcome to Big 12 moment. Did that help you become a better rebounder because you knew you had to get around a guy like that?
No, definitely. I think just going against them has helped me, learning from them. At the beginning of the year, I never really played with a big, so I just expected them to get every rebound because they were tall. But I feel like me helping rebound, it just makes the job so much easier for my bigs, and then you could just start the fast break and just kick it up.
For anybody, just the tone Yvonne sits out there defensively for the team, and just your thoughts about the defensive energy he brings to the floor.
Oh, yeah, it's big time. He took on a tough matchup today in Darren Peterson, and I thought he did well, Yvonne always is going to play his butt off. You know, he's always going to play hard, and he's definitely that spark plug we need. And I mean, he gets the crowd going. I'm sure all the fans love him. He's a fan favorite, so I'm really proud of Yvonne. He had a really good game today, and he's going to keep getting better.
Facts. Sure. I love Yvonne. His energy, even in practice, like we'll be practicing, and then like the ball would just go, and he'll just dive for it, and then everybody would just get hype, and then we could just go from there.
No, for sure. You do all the little stuff. You know, it might not show up on the stat sheet, scoring, all that stuff, but he's doing all the dirty work that others don't want to do. Diving on the floor, cutouts, taking on the best matchup every night. And it's challenging, and he's doing a great job, and he's definitely an X factor for our team.
What was your guys' focus during that second half run when Kansas cut it to 2 and you guys blew it open after that? Just what was your guys' mentality after they cut it down and getting back up?
I just think just locking in on the defensive end. You know, I feel like we're letting them get like open threes and like wide open layups. So just us being locked in on defensive end just makes it easier for our offense. And then we just went on from there. And the Coach Lloyd, you know, just told us to settle down, you know, trust one another, and that's what we did.
This might be an old question because it happens all the time. You guys score in double figures a lot. I think all starters scored in double figures. Just where it's almost pick your poison. How is that from your end? How you stop this guy, don't worry, I got you, or whatever. How does that feel?
Just, you know, playing with each other, building that chemistry. You know, we're very unselfish guys, feeding the hot hand. You know, Braden had it going. Other games, somebody might have it going. So just feeding them the ball and, you know, knowing they're going to make the right play as well. You know, Braden's going to come off, hit Koa. We got Mo. We just got so many options. So just playing with each other, you know, it's fun out there, and, you know, we love sharing the ball.
A quick turnaround with Iowa State on Monday, also senior day. And Jake, have you even begun to think about the fact that that's going to be your last game here?
Nah, it's crazy. Time flies. I was just a freshman. Then I transferred in, and you know, I'm very thankful for Tucson and, you know, everything they've done for me, Coach Lloyd and everybody. You know, I just want to go out there, play my heart out, and, you know, take on a real challenge, Big 12 tournament, March Madness, and, you know, bring home a championship. So.
For all of you, just the fact that you have the opportunity to win the conference title outright at home, how important would that be to take care of business like that?
I think it would be great, honestly. Just be able to win it on your home floor, in front of your fans, you know, with your teammates. I feel like it would be great for us.
For just your thoughts kind of on Braden and Koa, you guys have now faced, you know, the projected #1 and #2 picks in the draft, but just kind of what makes both of them so special on both ends of the floor?
You know, they love to compete. You know, that's what you want from the, you know, top players in their class to do every night, going out there, starting on the defensive end. You know, they can guard multiple positions. They can go out there, they can score from all 3 levels. You know, I definitely think they're, you know, the top 10 picks in this next upcoming draft. We're going to continue to show that, and, you know, they're going to continue to break out, and, you know, excited for these guys' journey.
How do you guys plan to handle the, you know, the turnaround? Tough turnaround, 2 huge games, big emotional day today, and then boom, you got to come back on Monday. And as you're talking about, you know, with the title on the line. I mean, what do you do tonight, tomorrow? And
I mean, that's just the Big 12. You know, you're playing a good team every night. So I think now we're just gonna go tomorrow and, you know, recover tonight, have a good practice tomorrow, and then get ready for Iowa State on Monday tomorrow.
After Del Orso shot a 3, he had an emotion where he was like waving up to the crowd and having the audience cheer. Is he someone that usually does that and brings like the energy to the court with you guys?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Coach always tells us to try to get the crowd involved after a big play, you know, diving on the floor, getting a loose ball, or making a big shot, you know, just trying to get the crowd involved because it's really special here in McKale.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.